Good evening, everyone, once again. Respected dignitaries, viewers, participants, first and foremost, I congratulate all the winners of competition and appreciate all whoever has contributed their articles for this competition. I'm thankful to Family Planning Association of India and Council for Green Revolution, particularly Lakshman Reddy Garu and Leela Madam Garu, for organizing this webinar and giving me this fine opportunity. Now the topic for today's webinar, rural primary health, is so broad and wide that it is difficult to anyone to touch all the aspects of this topic as it involves many diversified factors. However, I confine my speech to nutrition angle in the restricted time allotted to me. Here we have to notice that without nutrition, health is not possible. To elaborate, without healthy lifestyle includes nutritious food, or we call it as balanced diet and physical activity. So it is not possible to achieve complete health without physical activity and healthy eating habits. Either individual or nation, whether in rural or urban areas, nutrition and physical activity should both go together. These two are two decisive factors for maintenance of optimal health. Hence, nutrition is an important precondition for maintenance of complete health. But many surveys conducted in the last 2-3 decades are showing a bleak picture of nutrition status of our country, particularly in rural areas and even in urban areas, including major cities. I will share brief statistics of a longitudinal study conducted to measure nutrition status of rural areas as an example. During the last 25 years, a large database has been accumulated on the diet and nutrition status of the rural population of different states of India. We at ICMR, National Institute of Nutrition and Nutrition Monitoring Bureau, has carried out extensive diet and nutrition surveys in 12 big states of the country. These surveys indicated that the diets of the rural population are inadequate and deficient in most of the nutrients. There is widespread energy deficiency in the rural households. About 60% of the preschool children are underweight and 62% are stunted. About 52% of the children of 1 to 5 years of age suffer from short duration malnutrition, that is called as wasting. During these 3 decades, repeat surveys showed that though severe malnutrition has declined substantially in children, there was reduction in the extent of chronic energy deficiency among the adults. But, however, there were no perceptible changes in the diet and nutrient intakes during the past 20 years. On the other side, in our country, more than 60% of women are suffering with at least one kind of anemia, that is mild, moderate, or severe. That means 2 in every 3 women are suffering with anemia, irrespective of their economic status. This undernutrition problem is more in women of rural areas, particularly among the women in reproductive age. As a result, delivering low birth weight infants is not uncommon in rural areas. If that infant happens to be a girl and undernourished during her childhood and adolescent age, she too undergoes iron deficiency anemia and after her marriage delivers low birth babies. Thus, it leads to a vicious cycle of undernutrition problem in our country. So now one of the ways to overcome malnutrition among the population is awareness about food and healthy lifestyle. Building up awareness is very important. People should know the ill consequences of unhealthy food habits and faulty lifestyle, as these would push them to the risk of non-communicable diseases like hypertension, diabetes, and even after hypertension and diabetes, if they do not take care, it could lead to another heart problems and stroke problems. It is unfortunate to mention that more publicity is happening to unhealthy foods or junk foods over healthy foods. Particularly after globalization, the determinants of dietary behavior have drastically changed, including in rural areas. In globalized world, where even rural areas are not immune. Food habits have undergone a sea change and have impacted Indian lifestyle in general and food habits of children and youth in particular. In the case of double income, single kid, nuclear families, that is wife, husband and single child, affordability of ready to eat foods have gone up, resulting in a shift in dietary behavior. Added to this, feeds marketing techniques use media to disseminate enticing messages, which has culminated in increased sales of ready to eat foods, that is junk foods. Junk foods, which contain excess caloric value with nil or inadequate micronutrients, is another major reason for prevalence of nutrition deficiency. Needless to emphasize, junk foods are posing a threat to the wellness and fitness of individuals. Though junk foods, that is called as quick foods, are a matter of convenience, the nutritive value of such foods is always in question. Please notice, traditional foods rich in nutrition are slowly fading out of Indian kitchens. Non-availability of traditional eatables coupled with lack of awareness is resulting in westernization of eating habits. In this scenario, building up awareness levels of people about healthy food habits is the only solution to overcome malnutrition in order to pave way for complete health and prevent non-communicable diseases. Of course, accessibility to healthy foods is also one of the major factors. In this direction, Government of India is implementing a massive project named as Poshan Abhiyan. Under this, NIN also took active part in disseminating of nutrition information through e-learning modules. We have produced more than a dozen e-learning modules on nutrition and health topics of 20 to 25 minutes duration, and all these videos are available on our website. These e-modules, each of these e-modules are meant for little literate people who can understand easily. So they can watch these videos and they can even answer the questions after this video, and they can generate a certificate for themselves as they have awareness on those topics. In addition to this Poshan Abhiyan project, all the state governments are executing various programs for improvement of nutrition status of the people, like Anganwadi, midday meal programs, etc. The list is unending. But this is not enough. All the sections of the society, including NGOs, schools and colleges particularly, should join in improving awareness levels of people. Particularly, schools should introduce basic knowledge of nutrition into their curriculum. Each school should have a nutrition club and devote daily at least half an hour on nutrition related topics, discussion and creating awareness among the children. Let our children know about healthy food and unhealthy foods right from the budding age. Let us inculcate in the minds of our children about ill consequences of bad food habits and unhealthy lifestyle. Undernutrition is not a problem of an individual or a section of or an area. It is a problem of nation. Hence, let us strive together to overcome this deficiency in order to build a healthy nation. With this, I conclude my speech, and I thanks once again the organizers for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.